Hey everybody, Sammy here at SFI Sports Cards, back with another video. Today is July 1st, and today we have the Saturday morning starting lineup. And if you're new to this channel or this series, this is where I go into my collection, pulling out random cards from all the boxes and binders and sets, and graded cards, ungraded cards, to fill each position and construct a lineup and see how it comes out. This week's team consists of 2 Hall of Famers, 50 All-Star appearances, 11 times they've won the World Series, 5 Silver Slugger Awards, 3 Rookie of the Years, 4 Gold Glove Awards, 3 batting titles, 5 times a Cy Young was given out. We also have a World Series MVP and a Manager of the Year. The career WAR for this team is 413.3. This is even higher than last week's team, and last week's team was stacked, I thought. I think that was around 382. So this really shocked me when I was going through the batting order. But let's get started. Batting leadoff. As I drink my coffee here. From Holly Hill, South Carolina, drafted in 1972 in the 7th round out of Samuel J. Tilden High School in Brooklyn, New York, playing second base. This is from the 1988 Donruss set. We have Willie Randolph. This former New York Yankee captain hit the majority of his career leadoff or second in the lineup. So we have him leading off today. He is a terrific career on-base percentage of .373. He led the league in walks in 1980 with 119. He did not strike out that much. And he swiped over 30 bases 4 times. He's a 6-time All-Star and a Silver Slugger Award winner. When his playing days were over, he was in the top 10 all-time in putouts, assists, total chances, and double plays as a second baseman. He never did win a Gold Glove Award, despite having a career defensive WAR over 20. Now, Lou Whitaker and Frank White dominated that era as far as Gold Glove Awards. But Randolph was an excellent defender. A great player, silent leader in the clubhouse in his playing days. And he also had a successful 4-year stint as New York Mets manager. So yeah, leading off, Willie Randolph. Batting second, from Memphis, Tennessee, signed in 1956 out of McClemens High School in Oakland, California, playing center field from the 1958 Topps set. We have Vada Pinson. This guy had it all. He had power, had speed, strong defender in the outfield. Pinson's near the top as far as career hits. For a player not in the Hall of Fame, he has a career hit total of 2,757. He attended the same high school as future teammate and Hall of Famer Frank Robinson, also Curt Flood, And basketball legend Bill Russell. 4 times in his career, he would score more than 100 runs and tally over 200 hits. Twice, he led the National League in doubles and triples. 7 times, he hit over 20 home runs. He was third in the MVP voting in 1961 when he hit a career-high .343 and earned a Gold Glove. Before he turned the age of 26, he was 5th all-time in hits at that point in his career, behind Ty Cobb, Mel Ott, Al Kaline, and Freddie Lindstrom. So he started off hot in his career, and I love this card. I love 1958 Topps. I love yellow on my card, so this is a great combination. I think this is one of the better overlooked rookie cards of the 1950s. The great Beta Pinson. He's hitting second. Now, batting third. From Pinar del Rio, Cuba. Signed in 1960, playing right field. From the 1971 Topps set, we have Tony Oliva. Now, Oliva, he has to be considered one of, if not the greatest hitter ever to come out of Cuba that played in the major leagues. He's in that group with Tony Perez and Minnie Minoso, Rafael Palmeiro, Jose Canseco. He is the only one out of this group to finish his career with a batting average over 300. He won the AL Rookie of the Year award in 1964 when he led the junior circuit in runs, hits, doubles, total bases, and average at 323. He won the batting title again the next year, 1965, becoming the only player to win the award in his first 2 seasons. I believe that is correct. If it is not, please correct me in the comments. But I did cover Oliva in the past, and I believe that's true. He went on to lead the American League in hits 5 times, doubles 4 times, and he added another batting title in 1971 with a career high of 337. 2 times runner-up for the MVP award in 1965 and 1970. Oliva was inducted in the Hall of Fame. In 2022, his number 6 is retired by the Twins. And he's also in the Minnesota Sports Hall of Fame. So, definitely a great one here. Tony Oliva is hitting in our 3 spot today. Hitting cleanup. From Panoma, California. Or I should say Pomona, not Panoma. Let's see here. Alyssa's Pomona. Okay. Born in Pomona, California. Drafted in 1984. We have Mark McGwire. He was drafted in the first round. 10th pick overall. From the University of Southern California. Also a member of the 1984 United States Olympic team. He's playing first base. From the 1990 Topps set, shout out to Shane. Big Mac, one of the most prolific home run hitters from any era. McGwire stormed on the scene in 1987, winning the American League Rookie of the Year, setting the record for most home runs by a rookie with 49. He would lead the league in home runs 4 times, including setting a record of 70 in 1998. He would lead the league in slugging and OPS several times in his career. He holds the record for at-bats per home run ratio at an amazing 10.6%. The 12-time All-Star. His career has been under the microscope since he entered the league. So there's not really much more to say about him that you probably don't already know. His overall body of work puts him near the top all time for sluggers this game has ever seen. Mark McGwire hitting cleanup. Batting 5th from Sanchez, Dominican Republic. Signed in 2013. Playing third base from the 2021 Panini Absolute set, we have Rafael Devers. The series seems to be catering towards Red Sox fans. Currently, one of the top hitting third basemen in baseball. Devers is a 2-time All-Star and a Silver Slugger Award winner. Shockingly, at least to me, he's never finished in the top 10 in MVP voting. I wonder if seasons by Xander Bogaerts, who played on the same team, took away some of his votes, but that's kind of a surprise to me. Great in the postseason, where he was a member of the 2018 Red Sox championship team. In 26 games, he's batting .303, 10 home runs, 26 RBIs. And I believe he's the last player to have 6 hits in a game in 2019. And is the only player since 1900 to record 6 hits and 4 doubles in the same game. A true star in our sport today. Rafi Devers. Hitting 6th from Los Angeles, California, drafted in 1984 in the first round, 11th pick overall, member of the 1984 USA Olympic team, playing left field. This is from the 1989 score set. We have Shane Mack. One of the things I love about doing this series is over the tens and tens of thousands of cards that I have, where I'm randomly picking for this series. I pick 2 players that were chosen back-to-back in the same draft. Mark McGwire was taken 10th overall in 1984, and Shane Mack was taken 11th overall. Now this guy could hit anywhere. Over his career, he had over 100 at-bats at every position in the batting order, 1 through 9. When hitting 4th, 5th, and 6th combined in his career, he batted .321 with an OPS over 900. Playing in the same outfield with Kirby Puckett for years, when he went to the Twins. Mack was also a great defensive player, finishing his career with a .985 fielding percentage, playing all 3 outfield spots. His major league career was short. He did play 2 seasons in Japan, But he could really play and was one of the best players on the Twins during his tenure there, including the 1991 World Series championship team. So we have Shane Mack hitting 6th, and honestly, he could hit pretty much anywhere in this lineup. But today, he's hitting 6th. Hitting 7th. From Easley, South Carolina, signed in 1946 from Southwestern Louisiana Institute. Playing shortstop. This is from the 1952 Bowman set. And this is a beauty of a card. We have Alvin Dark. Dark lettered in baseball, football, basketball, and golf when he went to LSU. He also went to, like I said, Southwestern Louisiana Institute, which is now, I believe, Louisiana Lafayette. But he was a fantastic athlete. After returning from the military, Dark, he arrived home, finding out he was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 1945 football draft, but passed and signed with the Boston Braves a year later. He won the National League Rookie of the Year in 1948 and finished 3rd in MVP voting. Traded in 1950 to the New York Giants, he was immediately named team captain, where he led the Giants to 2 World Series. In 1951, where they lost to the New York Yankees, and in 1954, where they defied the odds, upsetting the 111-win Cleveland Indians. Sorry, Scott. Dark was a pretty decent, power hitter, actually, in his day as well. From 1950 to 1954, he hit 16, 14, 14, 23, and 20 home runs in a season. Dark would also go on to a successful managerial career over 13 years. Reached the World Series with the 1962 Giants and would go on to win it all in 1974 with the Oakland Athletics. This card's a beauty. I love it. Someday it will be sent off to SGC. But I've said that many a times for different cards that I have. But it'll happen. No rush. Now batting 8th from Peoria, Illinois, drafted in 1986 in the 5th round out of Northwestern University, a member of the 1985 college national team. Playing catcher. This is from the 1998 Fleer Tradition set. We have Joe Girardi. Having a very good career, Girardi had his fair share of great moments. On May 14th, 1996, he caught Dwight Gooden's no-hitter. And I remember watching from my dorm room in college, Girardi getting the key hit in the 1996 World Series, Game 6, off of Greg Maddux, a triple, RBI triple to center field. Yankee right fielder Paul O'Neill said when he touched home plate, he could feel the ground shaking because Yankee Stadium was so loud after Girardi's triple. Probably my favorite Yankee team out of the 4 World Series teams of that era, because they were the ones who broke through First time since 1978. On July 18th, 1999, he also caught David Cohn's perfect game. The three-time World Series champion also won a World Series as a manager with the '09 Yankees. He has over 1,000 career wins as manager, and with his only season with the 2006 Marlins, Girardi was named Manager of the Year. Solid behind the plate, we have him hitting 8th. And hitting 9th, from Walnut Creek, California, drafted in 1985 in the second round out of the University of Southern California. Pitching this week from the 1989 Woolworths set, we have Randy Johnson. Intimidating and dominant. He won 5 Cy Young Awards. Had 4,875 strikeouts, second all time. Led the league in ERA 4 times, strikeouts 9 times, 5 times striking out over 300 batters in a season. 4 of those 5 times came after the age of 35. And to me, he has the greatest nickname in sports history, the Big Unit. Inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2015, the most feared pitcher of his era, standing at 6'10". He threw 100 miles per hour. He had this wicked slider that was unhittable for lefties. He won the Cy Young Award in both the American League and National League, and also threw a no-hitter in both leagues as well. The 300-game winner is also the oldest pitcher to throw a perfect game. Now, there's just too many stories about Randy Johnson to discuss here. One of the greatest pitchers the game has ever seen. He is on the bump this week. So, now I never did discuss this when I started this series, but if I pulled a manager card, I would also include it for the team. And this one actually came in the mail yesterday. And it is the beautiful 1984 Topps Tiffany Yogi Berra. This card is almost near perfect. Look at this back. The centering on it. Just a beauty, and it is with all the Tiffany's. You can see how clear the colors are. Just a beauty. So he will be in the dugout for this team. So there's the starting 9 for this week. And I've got a question for you. And this is to show you how kind of wonky and misunderstood WAR is. Out of all the hitters in this lineup, who do you think has the highest career WAR? The answer is this guy, Willie Randolph. Pretty surprising. Just that is my thoughts on how people look at WAR. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this team. A great one, in my opinion. discuss in the comments any stories you remember about any of these players or these particular cards or sets that I've shown today. Much appreciation goes out to those supporting the channel as always. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We'll be showing more cards here in the near future. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll talk soon. Take it easy.